All right, Diddy news continues. Why not? Please subscribe if you would be so kind. So Diddy's lawyer is now complaining about the tough conditions about him being put in jail while he waits a trial for, lest we forget, what are the charges? Sex trafficking, kidnapping, well, they're all things that are related, right? It's not good. It's not good charges, is it? So inside Diddy's life behind bars, as lawyers call for an end to horrific conditions. Rapper Sean Diddy, Daddy, Puff Daddy, Swag. 54. You're 54. Stop renaming yourself, first of all. Least of your crimes, but stop that. Is being held at Brooklyn's Metropolitan Detention Center, where he is said to be on suicide watch if he gets Epstein's. I swear to God, if he gets Epstein. Ahead of his trial after pleading not guilty to sex trafficking charges. Reportedly been placed on suicide watch as he is held in New York Detention Center ahead of his trial. Pleaded not guilty, but his lawyers are calling for him to be moved as they say the facility is not fit for pre-trial detention due to its horrific conditions. Do you mean conditions that just aren't a $20 million house in Florida? Is that the kind of conditions? Do you mean the conditions where you can't bring 1,000 bottles of lube and endless dildos of all shapes and sizes, allegedly, into a hotel room to have sex slaves do things with? Is this horrific? I guess horrific things are relative, right? The producer, who was arrested in Manhattan on September 16th following Homeland Security's raids on his plush pads in Beverly Hills and Miami, has been denied bail twice. U.S. District Judge Andrew L. Carter said the government had provided by clear and convincing evidence there is no condition or set of conditions that will ensure the safety of the community, adding there is no guarantee that Combs won't tamper with witnesses. Yeah, he's been calling witnesses. He's a nutcase. His lawyer, that should be the official legal prosecution, was that he's a nutcase. His lawyer, Mark Agnifilo, probably like sweet pasta and meatballs on the way home, insisted that Combs is innocent and said he was going to fight this to the end. The end of what? Combs is being kept in the facility's special housing unit, confined to his cell for up to, up to 23 hours a day. Okay, so he's kind of in isolation, round the clock monitoring. Yeah, let him out with the other people and see if he doesn't get beaten up. His lawyer said this is routine for high-profile new arrivals. Yeah, well, what's the problem then? According to a report by People yesterday morning, Combs was served breakfast consisting of cereal, fruit, and cake. Who is writing these articles? I only saw the headline before this. Who the fuck is writing these articles? This guy's in for sex trafficking. There's going to be weapons charges. There's hints of violence towards people, forcing people to do stuff, drugging them. And he's been served breakfast of cereal, fruit, and cake at 6 a.m. like all other inmates. Good. He has to have his bed made by 7:30 a.m. Yep, do some work. Cameron Lindsay, a retired warden of MDC Brooklyn and an expert witness in corrections, told the publication that the rapper would not have access to the internet. So it's almost like, and added that any outside recreation time would be spent in an enclosed area. It's almost like, what's that thing called? Where they put people sometimes that are bad people? Prison. It's almost like he's in a prison. He described the detention area as austere and cold, adding everything is planned. It's not a life. Well, no. Well, it's kind of, you're alive. You're alive. You're in prison. Mr. Lindsay also claimed that due to Combs' celebrity status, he could be a very attractive target for assault. Yeah. I mean, good. Good. The former warden says his huge celebrity status and the allegations of violence against women make him a very attractive target, and the subculture in the world of jails and prisons to deliver a hit on somebody like him will be considered a badge of honour. Yeah, so you're keeping him locked up for his own safety. But the lawyers complaining it's not good enough for him. It makes it also required to have their ID cards with them at all times when leaving their cells. Yeah, you sneak it out in a prison's uniform, prison officer's uniform, or under the lunch tray being snuck out there. The detainees have long complained about frequent violence, horrific conditions, severe staffing shortages. Yeah, prisons worldwide. Prisons worldwide, man. are complaining about this and the widespread smuggling of drugs and other contraband. As long as we don't smuggle, give him some drugs. Give him some drugs. Just don't drone over the wall 1,000 bottles of baby oil and a double-ended dildo and some security and 10 women and 10 men. Just don't let him have a prison freak off. And that will be fine. At the same time, they've been subject to frequent lockdowns during which they've been barred from leaving their cells for visit showers. So this is even, they're in prison. Sometimes conditions are harsh. They are short-staffed. They're not letting have baby oil, dildos, or women, or men, or boys. They're not letting Justin Bieber being flown over the wall by a drone. They're not letting Usher in, right? I mean, there's tons of exciting rumours on the internet, but we're going to be careful about what we repeat here. But they're not letting Justin Bieber or Usher in. Many years ago. I mean, it all comes back to the fact that I said this the other day. Never trust a man who changes his name 7 times as an adult. Briefly, I'm Swag. Lube King. That didn't go down well, so he changed that after a couple of days. Yeah, so this article is literally just... They've almost created it out of nothing. The lawyers are saying that he doesn't want to be there. It's a little bit harsh. Someone who used to work there saying, sometimes people get treated harshly. Prisons are rough. They're tough. We get that. But sympathy is probably low, unless he's innocent. But there does seem to be a lot of evidence to suggest that he might not be. Legally, you've got to be careful. But, he's having a hard time in prison. So I hope that you feel empathy with him. Or should we think about the nasty stuff he's done to people for decades? Maybe we should think about that. Anyway, drop a subscribe, please. That's enough. It's Sunday. I'm going to eat some food. See you in a bit.